So in knowing that you think of the end result and the story, what prompted you to want to do this story versus like a teen vampire thriller?
Okay. Well, here's the deal. As a producer and actor, as a producer, I'm looking to make a film that audiences are going to enjoy. As an actor, I need to make a film that I believe in. So I don't believe in vampire films or you know, teenagers running around killing each other. I don't buy it. So as an actor, I'm not going to be able to express it. So I need to find something. As a producer, I need to put forth a mainstream film that audiences are going to like. But as an actor, I'm going to have to pick a subject matter which I believe in, which is action drama. I believe in action and I believe in drama. So those are the films I choose to do, and those are the films I choose to produce and make.
So in knowing that, would you say that filmmaking is 75% business and 25% creativity? Or I'm putting words in your mouth,
yeah,
so
well,
forgive me. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think you got the statistics right, but I'd go ahead and flip them. I'd say it's 75% creativity and 25% business, because if you're just in the business of making films, then you enter the world of like, well, let's just crank out a really low budget film that we know is going to make money, like a horror film, and then you're completely in the business of it, because your whole strategy is all about how much money am I going to make off this film, and then I can make my next one, then I can make my next one. So then it becomes 75% business, and that's one way to go. I don't agree with that, because, like I said, being the actor as well as the producer, it has to be 75% creativity, because it's got to be a story that I feel I can walk away from and be like, yeah, you know, I like that performance. It's something compelling. It's a hell of a lot more riskier than doing just a film based on numbers and figuring out a specific demographic and knowing you can make a profit off of it. But for me, it's a lot more rewarding. So when I go into a film, it is solidly about 75% creativity, because the script has to be exciting, the characters have to be exciting, where we're shooting has to be exciting. Everything has to be compelling, because if you're going to be the driving force behind a film, you have to believe in it, and you have to engross yourself in it, enthrall yourself with it. And so it's highly creative. At the same time, there's the part of you that has to be very pragmatic and realistic on expectations. So when I go into shooting a film as a producer, I'm very realistic about the outcome. I'm not going into the film thinking, man, this is it. I'm hitting a home run, baby. You know, I'm the next Vince Vaughn. You know, this is my swingers. No, I'm not thinking that at all. I'm just thinking I got to do a good job. If somehow people see it, I feel grateful. If I actually make money off of it, it's a plus. You know, it's definitely a plus. But I go in there with very realistic expectations. Like, okay, you know, you're going against a lot of great people, and the probability of you succeeding is pretty close to zero. So you got to go in there with that sort of solemn attitude. And for me, it's got to be very creative. But yeah, it'd be cool to be more business minded. But if I was just the producer, I probably could do that. But since I'm acting in the films, it just can't do it.